to help. Hi, hello, good morning.
Oh, yeah.
Hello there. That's okay. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I apologize for just dropping in without being welcome. That was rude of me.
No, you were welcome,
Stop it.
and you're being welcomed now, not only by me, Gareth, but by Jake, and by one of my favorite people I've ever met. Period. In the business, out of the business.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. The great Kat Reitman is also going to join us to try to solve whatever you're calling about. So can we get your name and you can use a fake name and wherever you're calling.
Morning, my name is Dan. I'm calling from the Den of Iniquity, Washington, D.C.
Hi, Dan.
And how old are you roughly, Dan?
36.
A good age.
Okay.
Great age.
A great age. What can we help you with? What's going on?
So I wanted to call into the show because I have what is really an improv question nestled inside of a relationship question. I recently started dating somebody. When we were in that sort of talking, fun, flirty, like just constantly looking forward to like the next iMessage from each other, she has just been yes-anding every little joke that I throw at her, like since the talking phase. Our first date, she was like referencing these sorts of bits. Like I was just like, oh yeah, you know, like I have like 9 toes. I'm not going to get into why that was the case. And during the course of dinner, she was calling back to that, and that had been like 10 days prior. And it's getting to the point where like we have speed run, like we have just accomplished so much lore in a relationship that's like 6 dates. This isn't even like a thing that's going on in public. Like we were at my apartment having like some dessert, like and wine. And I was really excited. I was like, oh, look, like there's Strange Days is on TV. Like that's a really good movie. I enjoy it. And she called back to like when I jokingly said that the Bob Hoskins Super Mario Brothers movie was in fact was my favorite movie. I was like, I don't know when to say no. Like I don't know when to say no, but not yes and.
You're in a relationship and your new partner yes ands your bits too much?
Too much.
Yes. It's not just that she's yes-anding it. She is recalling all of the bits and calling back to them with great fervor.
I'm going to tell you this, Dan. You've pissed off the cat.
This is not a problem, Dan. Dan, what you're calling in about is this. You're telling me you're on date 6. When you've been married, I've been married 15 years, my man. Okay? And my husbands...
Here we go.
Excuse me, let me just light up. I need at least 6 cigarettes for just Dan alone.
Then let me get my fucking cigar out, Kat. Dog time. Here we go.
Sorry, Dan.
I feel like I'm in like somewhat like I'm in crosshairs right now. Let's go.
Yeah.
Good
Dan, I know you're not used to someone knowing you, but here we go. Now, in this relationship, if you can even call it that, you've got a girl who's trying to intrigue you and connect with you, and she's using a really good tool. She's using a tool which makes you feel seen and heard and believed in. And have you in
But it's a lot.
Well, hold on. What I haven't heard yet is the real problem, which is you're actually just annoyed with this girl. There's something about her you don't like, and you're using a mask, which is she likes me too much and she says I'm funny. What I need from you, Dan, is what is really the problem.
Oh, like I have no problem owning this. My problem is that I don't remember my own bits. So like she has this internal consistency, and I'm just like throwing jokes out because I'm a dude and I'm an idiot.
Dan, I got to jump in. Kat, that does not deserve an eye roll. I believe him. He's not
100%
saying...
does.
Okay.
His inadequacy has required him to call into this podcast to say, hey, there's something wrong with this girl.
Here we go.
Is it that she's too good at remembering your bits? Or
It's
is it that you
exhausting for
feel
him.
like there's... Yes. Is it that you feel like there's just too many... is there just her comedy is off for you? Is that basically what you're saying?
Oh, okay. So it's not the same sense of humor.
Well, let's see. Dan, is it that you don't think she's funny?
No, because
Quoting you, is she not funny? Sorry.
Ooh, here we go. By the way, Catherine also, after she said that, she shook her head in a way.
Well, that's just how it moves. That's just how it moves.
No, it's so. It's not that we have I would like to think that we have very compatible senses of humor, it's that, like, even on like the second date, there's a specific restaurant that she wanted to go to here. And it was kind of difficult to get like a nice patio seat and enjoy like, you know, like the end of the summer. So I lied. Like when we got there, I was like, oh, you know, like it's our anniversary and like, we're just trying, it's like our 1 year. And like, we're just trying to like get like a good seat to enjoy the city before the summer's over. The maitre d' was very kind, did that. And as soon as we sat down, she's interfacing with the wait staff. She's interfacing with everybody. She's like, oh yeah, you know, like we met at this one bar like 2 years ago. And then like, I thought
she's committing to the bit. This is driving you crazy.
Yeah. And just committing to it. But now it's like in our interactions, like when I saw her last Friday, she's just like, you know, it's been like, you know, just like a year and like a couple of weeks, but it just feels like we've only gone on like 7 dates, you know? And I'm just like,
I see.
Like I can see a snowball of lore forming before me. And I'm like, that's kind of where like there's two parts to the question. It's when do I know but because like the bit for my own preservation, and two, like it feels like people are rushing to get into like this level of intimacy that maybe she's after, and I'm trying to like, I don't know, be a little more like cheeky with it.
Well, that sounds like the real problem, if I may.
Yeah.
It sure sounds like she's trying. Go ahead, Rat.
Well, that's speaking of callbacks, I'm not sure how good
Sorry.
the rat, the cat. No, that's fine.
I think it works.
So you know,
I'm with the
Dan,
cat on this. I like
Dan,
that.
on a previous call, we all established ourselves as the cat, the dog, and I'm the rat. I'm trying to move away from that. But anyway, do you like her?
Right.
Yeah. You don't go on 7 dates not liking somebody unless you're a sociopath.
And well, relax. I've done it. And you definitely
Classic rat back and forth.
Listen, I like a scrap. Relax. I guess the name does fit.
It's perfect.
And I guess you're trying to kind of balance the level of lore.
Go ahead, Kat. Go ahead, Kat. You got something?
No, I'm being too scrappy on this one. I feel it. I just my gut is I hear two things. One is that like there's nothing worse than when someone's doing too many bits. You got to be a certain kind of person to want to be doing bits around the clock. And if she's doing too many bits, I get it. It's not the right match. But what you also revealed really, really quickly and then moved on to movie references was that you said that you think she might want a deeper connection too quickly. Did I hear that right? Mm-hmm. That she's trying to get somewhere.
Yeah.
And that might sound like the bigger problem. Like, is this just someone who you feel is like really wide open and ready to jump into a relationship? And when was your last relationship, Dan?
No, the cat's trying to go deep and the dog's going to keep it light here. And I'm going to tell you, Dan, the cat's trying to burrow in and create 9 lives on this call. The dog just barks. Dan, here's where we're at on this one. You like her, but you don't like her.
Okay.
If you liked her, you would think the bits were hilarious and charming. You like her enough to go on 7 dates, but you don't know a way out. I think this one, you got to let it go. You start finding things wrong and they become little things at first. But guess what? If I'm with somebody and I don't find them funny and they don't stop, I'm like, there was a lot I liked about you. I don't like this. I think you got to cut it loose now, because I'll tell you what's not going to happen. In 3 years, it's not going to be better. And then in 8 years, when she's sick of your opinion and doesn't care and you have like 2 kids, she's going to do yes and to be mean. And you're going to enter a zone where she's just going to be like, I'm going to just put you in a spider web of bits because I know you're confused and you're dumb and I got you. So if you're on date 7 going, this is a red flag, I would say believe it and get off the goddamn highway. Rough dog speak.
Dog, that was good.
Thanks, Kat.
That's where I'm at. Definitely, it wouldn't be. It wasn't a red flag, but it was comfortably orange. But yeah, I do see your point.
It's too early. If this call, Dan, if you said, I've got 2 kids with her, we've been together for 3 years, she took her first improv class and she's become unfucking bearable, then I would go, I hear you. I know that person. I've been down that road. The first person who goes like, did you realize that comedy's a formula? And you go like, ugh, you're the fucking worst. So that's not the case. You're just starting. And this is just who she is. And you know who she should be with? Somebody who loves the fucking bits, and let them be happy together. Because that other person's going to go, I'm with the funniest person on planet Earth. She makes me laugh from morning till night. And you should be with somebody who's different. And that's okay. You're on date 7. I would just unplug now.
Get out.
Go ahead.
I think that's pretty good. But like a rat, I'm going to take a couple pieces I find from the top tier predators, and I'm going to grab them and take them back to my little hole and mash them together and try to make a meal out of them. So Dan, shut up, everyone who's not me. I got this. All right. So Dan, this is what I think. I think Jake's right. I do feel like you're just kind of like, I don't want to say annoyed by her, but like, it's like getting on your nerves a little bit. So what I would do is I would prepare to bail, but before you bail, I would just lightly give the note. If not, just to try to see if that can maybe change up your dynamic a little bit. Maybe it's just a helpful note going forward. Just to
What's
say,
it sound
look,
like?
it would be like this.
Hey,
like,
hold on, Gareth. Could you do it to Kat? Pretend you're dating Kat. Will you be her?
This is gonna suck. Okay,
Gareth,
all
you
right.
be him. And Kat,
All right,
will you
so we
lead
just
out
sat
with
down-
lead out with a little bit of a
course.
bit.
Yeah, okay.
Of course.
All right.
God, don't they know it's our 10th anniversary? Remember the time we watched that movie?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was great. I know. I honestly, even when I said that anniversary thing, that was just kind of a flip up, like one-off sort of.
It was brilliant.
I know. Yeah, I just wanted to get us a table on the patio. I mean, that was just kind of what I was going for.
Well, of course,
So,
it's like our 10-year anniversary. So
I know. Yeah. The only thing I'll say is, like, honestly, I really have enjoyed like all of our dates a lot. Like, I really
all 10
do.
years of them.
I know, yeah. I really, before you say that again, though, let me just get this out. I do
Okay.
feel like sometimes I'll say, I just don't have the best memory to remember all the stuff that I've maybe said or all of our inside jokes. And sometimes when you're like hearkening back to an inside joke of ours, I would just rather talk about newer stuff versus like
New bits.
things that,
Like
well,
newer
maybe
bits?
it doesn't even need to be a bit. Like it just could be like, whatever. I'm just enjoying getting to know you. So
Gareth,
I don't know
Rat,
if we necessarily.
Can I stop you right
Yeah.
now? How do
Yeah,
you
jump in, Doug.
feel? How do you feel as this guy on this date?
I feel like I'm gonna try. I'm trying. I'm trying to
because
fix
that
it.
seemed like a disaster to me.
Well, listen, you don't know what it's like from the hole's point of view. I'm looking through a little hole in the wall. It's very
Kat,
different. Dan.
as the female on that side, how did that feel to you?
I just love this rat so much. I felt for him.
But
I
if you
felt
were on
bad
a
for him.
date and Dan
I
was saying that
know.
to you,
I know. I think it was confusing. I think you have to be really direct, Dan, and it's going to suck for a second. And there's going to be this amazing moment where she's going to sink or swim, right? Like,
Yeah.
wait,
you might
you're-
be setting her free.
Kat, you're with the
Yeah.
rat on this? That he
Yeah.
should bring it up?
Well, here's the deal, dog. If he does bring it up and it cuts her free, then there are no excuses. He's a solid dude, right? There's no ghosting. There's no being weird. She doesn't run into him later and bring up 20 bits. And there's a way of doing this. Like, you know what? I really want to be present with you. I'm having a hard time with the bits. I just want to be really candid with you because I think you're cool. But I think you just go direct for it.
Hey, Dan,
And if she,
I got to jump in.
oh boy,
The rat and the cat are
Here
leading you
we
into a
go.
zone that you could get yourself in a lot of trouble. If you are out with her and tell her, hey, could you cool it with the bits? And she tells all her friends and it spreads. They'll
Spreads
be like,
where? They don't go to the same high school.
Dan, do you guys have a group of friends?
fair question.
Well,
Hold
yes,
on, go
we
ahead.
do. So we have a shared social circle, but the other factor in play is that I don't know if you're. Well,
We find out they're in a cult.
there's an improv joke there. I'm not going to take it. But
He's perfect for her.
Okay, Dan, keep going. You're in a
it's,
share.
the other factor is that like I don't like there are like so like there's like Facebook groups where it's like are we dating the same person? Is this person dating multiple people? And like she has said that she is on those pages. She reads them for drama and like likes to get in the comments and stir the pot.
Oh,
I should have
okay.
recognized that as like something that's traumatic.
So then, Jake, how does he do it where he doesn't? Because if he just ghosts, he's also going to be in the comments
Yeah,
section.
so here's where we're at, Dan. You've gotten from me a very clear, I cut loose. I don't have a talk. I don't give any more ammunition to this. I don't think this is the right person for you. I think you let her find somebody else and you find somebody else. The rat says, get down there and get into it and give her a fighting chance and talk about how the bits are too much. The cat seems to be in agreement with the rat on this one and be a stand-up guy and say like, hey, your bits are a lot and maybe there's a way out. Am I speaking for you, Kat, or do you agree with that assessment?
I think that's fair. I think I think
Yeah, you're
speaking
doing
up
pretty
and giving
good.
her.
So the cat and the rat are on the same page, and the dog is saying cut loose. Dan, where are you at on this one? Because we can keep going. We can keep diving deeper and deeper into this one, but I think this is where it's going to end.
It's the coward's way out. I'm thinking like a public, just like shut it down, like meeting someplace agreeable and just being like, listen, the bits are too much. Cuffing season is on the way. I don't have time to have like a George R.R. Martin like book of lore in my head.
I think she's a good match from you. I think Kat was right. But I will say, if you break up, don't break up about the bits.
Yeah, I would.
Right.
Be,
So what's that look like? Jake?
You want to do it, you and me?
Sure.
Hey.
This restaurant's so fun.
Yeah, it is. Hey, I've had a great time being with you. I don't see this going any further, but I would like to be friends. And I want to be honest at the beginning of this, just to be very clear. But I'm just not feeling more to this. But I also think you're so funny and really fun, and I would like to still be friends.
But like not funny enough, obviously.
Be very funny. But I don't want to do this anymore. So
the champagne you ordered?
Dan, we recommend...
I wanted to jump in as the waiter. Sorry, it's all this improv has really brought me back. That's what Steve's saying. I apologize.
Dan, you got some advice in that?
It's a proposal. Sorry, go ahead.
That she hired the waiter as a bit, of course.
She's
Incredible.
like, oh boy, no.
Happy 10-year anniversary, lovebirds.
Dan, we appreciate the call. Best of luck to you, buddy.
And scene.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Dan. Good luck.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Dan.
Bye.
Hi. We have
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you don't need to apologize. Jake and I have no clue what happens. Am I quiet?
No, is she quiet?
Is she quiet?
Oh, am I quiet?
No, you
Hello?
sound okay to me.
Kevin, she sounding okay?
Yeah, are we on speakerphone by chance?
Oh, yeah. Should I just hold the phone to my sweaty face? Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Put that phone to that sweaty
Is this better?
face.
Yep.
That's
Is this
better.
delicious now? Great.
Also, why sweaty face?
Oh, the embarrassment of like not knowing how to use technology, even though I use like remote video stuff all day.
While we're doing follow-ups, did you
respect.
say, does it sound delicious? That was the question, correct?
Possibly. Yeah.
Okay, we're just kind of crossing all these T's while we have a second.
We're getting to know you. We're getting to know you a little bit. I like a sweaty face. I like bad at technology, and I like using delicious.
Do I sound delicious?
As long as Kevin thinks the sound is good, then I'm fine with that.
Hey, Kevin, is the sound delicious?
Would you call it that?
It's very tasty. Thank you.
Close enough. We'll have to-
Ew, with his thank you.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Yuck. All right, what's
Oh
your
my God.
name? Where are you from? How can we get you started?
I'm Veronica, and I'm calling from, I'll just say like the Northeast, because
Okay.
I think I have friends and or family that possibly listen to this podcast. So
That's
Respect.
awesome. Shout out to them if they can figure out who you are.
exactly.
And what can we help you with? What's going on?
I was gifted a full-size trampoline when I was 26. I'm 33 now, and my mom is in her must clean out the attic because I'm going to die soon mode, which she's not. She's just in that mode.
Sure.
But then she reminded me that I have this full-size trampoline in 2 boxes in her attic. And I'm like, I don't know if I should keep it or not, just because of how I acquired said full-size trampoline.
Well, shall we figure out how you acquired it, V? Come on, you sweaty-faced animal. Tell us how
Sounds
you
like
got
it's a
it.
delicious tale. How did you happen upon a trampoline?
It was given to me by an older gentleman.
Oh my
And before you guys get creepy,
You got
and
a
guess
tramp
about
daddy?
sugar daddy stuff. You
got a tramp daddy?
He's super trampy.
So who is this older gentleman?
I do community theater as a hobby,
Cool.
and you meet a lot of really interesting folks. This person in particular just kind of took an interest in me. And again, there was another, like, I'm not like a sugar baby situation where I'm like,
Sure you are. Hold on, Veronica, you can't keep saying that. He gifted you a trampoline so he could bounce you around on it.
But no bouncing was had.
So you meet this older gentleman. He sees your shows. He likes the shows.
He's in the show. He's been in
He's
shows.
an actor.
Oh, okay.
So I met him early, when I first moved to the area and was doing shows and stuff. He was in like the ensemble of some of the shows, and like he seemed to be like, everybody knew him. Like he's a not normal. I can't say normal. He was just a person that was around the theater a lot.
But
and,
he's
helped
in
out,
the
and
community.
he's in the community, exactly. And his daughters are also in the community. Like it's the whole
Children.
thing.
He's got
Yes.
children. Okay.
Also, perfect people to give a trampoline.
So when you say older, what are you talking? You talking 60? You talking 70? You talking 90?
Probably, I would say when I first met him, probably like late 50s, early 60s.
This guy just got a lot less kind of creepy and old, and
I agree. Kind of
He
like
took a particular
youngish.
interest. Like he wanted to
Silver
like ask me
Fox.
about like my career and like things
Okay.
that I was doing, and I was like, okay, sure.
Let's give Silver Fox a name. Should we name him something or should we just call him Silver Fox?
Ooh, well, I will say not attractive. So Silver Fox gives the wrong impression.
Silver
I would say.
Hog.
All right,
Garth,
so
what do we got?
let's call him Gray Pig.
Gray Pig. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
So let me ask you a question about Gray Pig. When he first starts taking an interest in you, are you getting the red flags that this guy's a creep, or he's part of, when you do theater, you know, everybody's on this team, right? And there's some weirdos on the team, but you're all part of the same team. Is it that vibe, or are you getting creeped out by him?
No, it's that vibe for sure.
Okay.
So how does Gray Pig approach this moment? How does this happen?
I was going up home for Christmas, and he lets me know that he has something that he wants me to take up there to give to my mom.
Has he ever met your mom?
He has, yeah, because she's come down to see the shows and stuff. So like, you know, he knows of her and stuff like that. I was like, sure, whatever. You guys, you know, maybe they were friends on Facebook. I have no idea. So I was like, yeah, whatever. And he meets me to like at the theater parking lot, and like I like puts it in my car, and it's like these 2 giant boxes that are like wrapped. And I was like, okay. And when I go home, my mom has this like giant friends and family Christmas party that we do every year. And that like, she had me take it out of the car, whatever. We have the party. At the very end of the party, she makes this whole big show of bringing out those 2 boxes again and then making me open it in front of everybody.
What was it, Veronica?
It was the full-size trampoline.
So he
fuck?
said it was a gift for your mother, but your mother knew it was a gift for you.
Yes.
Right.
It was implied that it was something for my mom, and I was just like, cool, don't care.
So this is bonkers.
Oh, it's crazy.
Let me make something crystal clear about Eve Johnson, my mother. If anybody approached this woman and said like, hey, I would like to gift your son something, a full-size trampoline, she would say, fuck off.
And here's mine. My mother.
Can I do yours, Garth?
Sure. Hey, I'm a weird guy that does theater with your son. I want to give him a trampoline.
Is it for jumps with Jake and I?
All right. Let's keep going, Veronica. So we'll just plow through that.
Oh, I know what to do. Is your question, what do you do with the trampoline?
The question is, what am I supposed to do with the trampoline?
We send it back to the Gray Pig in its box. Garth, am I wrong here?
No, that's on my list. By the way, I've never taken more notes. During a call. I just want to point that out. This is like full-on police report.
I'm so proud.
Well, first of all, my advice would be, yes, gift it. I mean, you have it. It's in boxes.
Is it creepy, though, to gift it knowing that it came from a creepy old guy?
I mean,
giving it to somebody else without their knowledge?
Hold on. Everything has come from a creepy old guy at some point.
This country was founded upon a creepy old guy.
Every dollar you've ever touched has at one point been touched by a creepy old guy. Just assume a creepy old guy has had his hands on something.
Creepy old guy.
Creepy old guy.
You like alcohol? Creepy old guy.
So, you know what's sad, Gareth? You like this podcast?
Creepy old
guy. All right, go ahead.
I've been tricked.
So it's a perfect regift. Even if there's not someone in your orbit who you're like, that's perfect for, I don't think a trampoline ever pops into your head as a perfect gift. So you can do this as a gag gift. You can do this as, I really am making an earnest attempt. You could donate it. But I do have to say the funniest version by far is to wrap it and give it to the guy.
Yeah. So here's what I'm going to suggest here, Veronica. I think Garth is right. There's a very easy solution, and she could donate it to the boys' club or a girls' club, and there could be some
or the creepy old guy lodge.
Which is what it's just really called, the Moose Lodge or something?
it's whatever the
Shriners.
Creepy old guys,
Shriners.
Go
they
down
have a club.
Shriners.
They have it.
The only problem is, how do we keep our hats on while jumping?
and drive those little go-karts.
Yeah.
By the way, that is the Creepy Old Guy Club, 100%.
And once they accept my application, I will let you know what it's like.
I can't wait to be a Shriner.
It's going to be the best.
Oh, dream. But if you're not going to just gift it or donate it, which I think is a very easy solution, I think we lean into sending it back to Gray Pig.
True. The next thing would be finding out where this person lives. Don't know if I want that.
Okay, so then I've got a question for you. Do you want us to reach out to him?
Oh my God.
Because this is why you go to a middle person, right? This is one of the reasons you call a goofy old podcast, because we could try to find him directly. We could have him on the show and ask him about the trampoline.
If he listens to this episode though and is like, he hears that he's called the Gray Pig, I don't know how that would go over.
I agree with you.
Well, we could change the name of the podcast he thinks he's on.
Oh, that's true.
Called Future Shriners Club.
Shrine Time.
Yeah, but I think you're right, actually. I think getting in touch with him at this point could be problematic.
Unless he's given trampolines to other people. I don't know. He could just be a trampoline
Well, now
giver.
it's a Netflix series, and we don't have the time.
Or do we?
or are we now locked into a new job?
Or did we just become a serialized fucking podcast where we go deep on the trampoline guy? So here's where I'm kind of lost here, Veronica, is that there's just so much with the Gray Pig, and I want to know, how could we reach out to him and try to get him on without putting you in a bad spot? Garth, is there a way or no?
I don't know. And I think, like you always say, we're on her team. We want to solve her problem. You're thinking as a podcast producer.
You're right.
So we would love it. If you're open to it, Jesus, Lord, please give us, yum, yum, yum.
Yeah.
But
Ew.
Stop. Come on. It's delicious. It's delicious talk.
No.
Relax.
Thank
Veronica,
you.
don't
Delicious.
jump ship.
Yum, yum, yum. This is the grossest call.
I'm going to take my shirt off. I don't know why. The best age for a trampoline is like a 6-year-old. So I think if you want to just solve the problem, I think, like Jake said, you just go to like a boys and girls club. You make a few calls around the area to that. I think maybe if you want to go funny, which I would love, just think of someone in your world.
I was just about to say that. Is there somebody, do you have a girlfriend or a friend who you kind of do bits with, or does anybody you know in your neighborhood have a backyard?
Definitely. And I also have friends that have kids that probably would enjoy a trampoline.
Oh, so let's do this. I would say where we're at is you either just have your mom call a place locally, or you give it to a friend with kids, or try to find somebody in your circle that it'd be a funny gag gift to. The problem is it's a big gag gift.
It's a big gag gift, yeah.
But yeah, it's what you got.
And so, Veronica, what do you think you're going to do here? What's your end here?
Yeah, I think possibly gifting it to the friends with kids, because like I had one growing up and I enjoyed it. Like, it was really fun to have. So I'm like, I'd love for them to enjoy it as well.
Call your friends with kids. Be like, I want to give you a trampoline. They don't need to hear this cursed backstory.
True.
And last, Veronica, if you ever decide that you want the older man to be part of this, let us know and we will reach out and figure out his side of the story. But we're going to wait for you to email Kevin.
Yeah, no pressure, but we would tell him he's on this podcast called Yard Hijinks, and he would never find us.
Thank you for the call, Veronica.
No problem.
Jump safely.